The sound of children laughing and playing, which slowly distorts and fades into the sound of a solitary, gentle wind across a vast, empty landscape. There is a sound that haunts Prince Harry in California. It's not the paparazzi or the critics. It's the ghost of a laugh he hasn't heard in years. The laugh of his brother. Behind the brave face, the lucrative deals, and the life of chosen exile, a very different truth is emerging from sources close to the Duke of Sussex. A truth of profound loneliness, of second-guessing, and of a gaping, William-shaped hole in his life that all the sunshine in California cannot fill. A single, poignant piano key. This isn't about the institution, the titles, or the crown. This is about a little brother who lost his big brother. And for the first time, we are getting a clear picture of just how deep that regret runs. To understand the depth of this loss, you have to remember what they were. They were more than princes. They were the heir and the spare, a package deal. They were the boys who huddled together for protection, who shared the unique, unbearable trauma of losing their mother, and who made a pact to always have each other's backs against the pressures of their world. William wasn't just a brother, he was a shield. The one who took the brunt of the pressure, who tried to carve out moments of normality for Harry. He was the only person on earth who truly understood the bizarre reality of their lives. He was Harry's anchor. And now, that anchor is gone. Friends of Harry confess that the reality of the estrangement has hit him far harder than he ever anticipated. The freedom he fought for has come at the ultimate cost, the loss of his closest confidant. The faint sound of a football crowd cheering, fading in and out. The regret isn't a constant, screaming pain. It's in the quiet moments. It's in the triggers. Sources say when Harry watches a rugby match, their shared passion, he's often hit with a wave of nostalgia. He'll remember the specific, stupid jokes they'd share, the way William would nudge him when he was being too loud. He'll see a play and instinctively think, I have to text Will about that, before the crushing reality sets in that he can't. The line of communication is dead. It's reported that Harry, like so many of us, sometimes finds himself scrolling through old photos on his phone, not of grand events, but of the silly, private moments. The two of them on a hiking trip, red-faced and laughing. A quiet Christmas at Sandringham. The images of a shared life that now feels like it belonged to two other people. He is realizing that in his quest to escape the spare narrative, he accidentally severed the one relationship that made that narrative bearable. He has his wife, his children, his new life, but they cannot replace the shared history, the built-in understanding that came with William. The inside jokes have no one else to land on. The sound of a phone ringing, then going to voicemail. A generic, robotic message. The person you are trying to reach. So, why can't he just pick up the phone? The answer is a complex web of pride, pain, and fundamental disagreement about reality. So, why can't he just pick up the phone? The answer is a complex web of pride, pain, and fundamental disagreement about reality. William is not blameless in this. He can be rigid, stubborn, and fiercely protective of his own immediate family unit. His motto has become never complain, never explain, but it has morphed into never engage. To him, Harry is not a victim. He is the architect of his own isolation. Picking up the phone would be a reward for what William sees as treacherous behavior. And so, we have a stalemate. Two brothers, both waiting for an apology the other will not give. Both convinced they are the wrong party. The silence between them has become a wall too high for either to climb. And so, we have a stalemate. Two brothers, both waiting for an apology the other will not give. Both convinced they are the wrong party. The silence between them has become a wall too high for either to climb. This is the tragedy that keeps King Charles awake at night. He has lost not just a son to geography, but his two sons to each other. The king, who lived through his own tumultuous relationship with his siblings, is terrified that this rift will become permanent. He tries to act as an intermediary, but he is powerless. He knows that no royal decree, no fatherly command, can heal this wound. This is a personal war between two hearts, and the king is a helpless spectator on the sidelines. Charles knows that the monarchy cannot afford a forever feud. The Fab Four narrative is dust. The future now looks like a King William and an exiled, embittered Harry. It's a story of division, not unity. And it's a story that their mother, Diana, who so desperately wanted her boys to be close, would have been devastated to see. Her greatest fear was that the institution would swallow her sons. In a cruel twist of fate, it was Harry's flight from the institution that ultimately tore them apart. The sound of the wind returns, but now there's a faint, hopeful note in the music. So is there any hope? Can the bridge ever be rebuilt? Those close to the situation believe it's possible, but it would require a humility that currently seems out of reach. The first step would be a private, direct communication. Not a text, not an email, but a phone call with no agenda other than to say, "I miss you." The second, and most difficult step, would be a total cessation of public discussions about the family. The books, the interviews, the documentaries, they all have to stop. The ammunition must be put away. The most powerful motivation for reconciliation may not be their own childhood memories, but the childhood they are denying their own children. George, Charlotte, and Louis may never truly know their Uncle Harry. Archie and Lilibet may grow up only seeing their cousin George in magazines. The extension of this feud into the next generation is perhaps its greatest tragedy. For now, the exile continues. Not just from country, but from brotherhood. Prince Harry has the world he said he wanted, but the cost is a silence where his brother's laughter used to be. And yes, the reports are true. In the quiet of his Californian home, the Duke of Sussex misses his brother. Terribly. This is a story that resonates with anyone who has ever had a falling out with a sibling. Do you think this rift can be healed? Who do you think should make the first move? Share your own experiences and thoughts in the comments below. If this intimate look into the royal rift moved you, please support our channel by liking this video, subscribing, and hitting the notification bell for more content that goes beyond the headlines. Thank you for watching.